Hello everyone and welcome back to our Growing Together parent video series. This month we are joined with Meghan, a board certified lactation consultant, to talk about all things breastfeeding. I just want to thank everybody for sending in their questions. Hopefully we'll get to all of them today. And if you do feel like you do still have some questions afterwards, I'll make sure that my email and Meghan's email is in the link below and you can send us an email after. All right, so let's get right into it. We had a question come in from someone asking, can I collect milk before I have my baby? And if so, do I use a pump?
Yeah. So when I start this, I want to just preface that always speak to your healthcare provider and your OB before doing anything that I suggest here. So typically, we do not recommend collecting or pumping before 37 weeks of gestation, just because it can induce preterm labor. We obviously don't want that. That being said, after 37 weeks, it typically is safe. But again, please check with your OB before you go ahead and pump because it can cause labor. If you're already leaking colostrum, I always suggest a hand express.
Okay.
But if you do have a manual pump, you can use that. I wouldn't use an electric pump quite yet, just because nipple size can change pre-pregnancy and then postpartum. So hand expression is usually the best. But if you are able to and it is safe to do so, then absolutely collect that colostrum. It is gold.
Awesome. Okay. Our next question, is there anything I can do to help support milk production?
Oh yes, there's awesome stuff. So the most important thing is put baby to breast as much as you can. That stimulation is the best thing for your body to create milk supply. It's basically a supply and demand. So the more milk that is required from baby, the more your body will stimulate to make more milk. So obviously, number one is putting baby to breast as much as you can. If you're not able to do that and you're a pumping mom, pumping regularly is going to be great to stimulate because, again, emptying the milk is going to create a supply and demand. So we want to empty the breast so the body is like, okay, I need to make more milk. So every about 3 hours during the day and nighttime is really important to express milk. Our prolactin levels are the highest at nighttime. So as much as that is annoying and we want to get our sleep, it is the best for milk supply to pump during the night or put baby to breast during the night. So please keep those night feedings as long as you can, as long as you can establish your milk supply, which usually takes about 12 weeks.
Okay.
So that's the other option. Making sure that if we are pumping, our flange sizes are correct so that we are expressing the best amount of milk as possible so it's not causing nipple damage or any pain. And there are other ways to increase milk production, obviously taking care of ourselves, so drinking lots of water, having frequent snacks, frequent meals throughout the day. It takes a lot of extra calories for mom to make all that milk, so we want to make sure we're taking care of ourselves. And then other ways that we can help is there's these things called galactagogues. So these are kind of herbs that some moms can take, and it is said to help increase milk production. That being said, again, talk to your OBs and your doctors because some of these herbs do have some contraindications with certain medications, certain diseases, that sort of thing. So we want to be careful. But some of the ones that you can take are fenugreek teas, milk thistle teas. Those ones are the really good ones. Make sure you stay away from sage and peppermint because those ones actually decrease milk supply.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
Yes. So be careful of your peppermint teas and your drinks, especially at Christmas time because everyone likes peppermint. They can decrease milk supply, so we have to be careful with that. But yeah, fenugreek and milk thistle teas are really good.
Yeah. And now back to the pumping with the flange. How do you know you have the correct flange on? Because there is different sizes that usually come with the pump, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. How would someone know?
So getting in contact with a lactation consultant is actually very helpful.
Of course.
Because they can properly measure your nipple size. So there are some at-home kits. So if you're comfortable with that, they can purchase them online on Amazon. They kind of look like almost like a ruler with little nipple sizes. So you measure according to what gives you enough space so that it's not rubbing on the edge, but also not too much space where it's going to pull more of your areola instead of just your nipple into the flange. So that's why it's sometimes best to talk to your lactation consultant, because they can properly fit you for those flange sizes. Because yes, typically the standard sizes that come with breast pumps are not a one size fit all.
Right.
A lot of moms are not those sizes. So it's really good that if you're finding there's pain or it doesn't look right to you, to get in touch with a lactation consultant to help out with that.
And a lot of people don't really know about that. We hear that a lot in our baby programs, is that moms don't even know that there's different sizes and that they can buy different what comes with their pump. So
absolutely
a great thing to add in.
Yes.
Okay. Another question came in. Should my baby eat from both sides every feed?
See, this is different for every baby and family. So I would say majority of the time, yes. Especially in the beginning, we want to offer both sides of the breast. So making sure that when baby is establishing breastfeeding, that they are getting enough milk from both sides. As they get older, sometimes they get enough from one side. Some moms have an oversupply and can just feed off of one side. It really depends. So I can't give an exact answer to that. Making sure that baby is having proper weight gain, having lots of pees and poops is usually good signs. So depends on the mom.
Right. And again, if this is a question that's bothering you or that you want some more clarity on, Meghan's email will be in the link below. So that is something you could follow up with her on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Another question came in is, how do I know if my baby is getting enough milk? Which I think we hear this a lot, and it is, I'll let you explain, but we do hear this question a lot. So
this one's a challenging one for moms because we want to always make sure, and we're very visual people, we want to make sure we can see that they're getting enough. That is the toughest part about breastfeeding. But your tell signs are going to be going to your doctor's appointments, making sure that they're growing according to their curve. That's a good sign that they're getting enough. At home, you're going to look for lots of wet diapers. We want to see at least 8 to 10 in those first 3 months. Wet diapers. We want them pooping, at least once a day. Sometimes as they get older, it kind of spaces out more, but the wet diapers is the big one. And we want to see, are they content after feeding? Are they still crying and screaming after feeding? Are they rooting? So when they're looking around trying to latch onto something, those are good signs of maybe we need to try again. With breastfeeding, every kid's different. So some babies go through cluster feeding where they are feeding every 20 minutes and it looks like, oh my God, are they getting enough? Well, they could be. They just might be getting small, frequent meals of snacking. And that's stimulating your milk supply, and maybe they're going through a growth spurt, so they need that little extra calories. So it is hard to say. Babies are not routines, but those 3 signs are going to be your kind of tell-all, making sure that their weight gain is good, so checking in with your family doctor and doing those regular checkups, making sure that they're hydrated, so they're peeing really well. Are they active, alert? Are they waking up for feeds? Those are all good signs.
Right. And I always like to remind parents that if your baby is in that cluster feed time right now, it is a phase. It's not going to last forever. You will get sleep one day.
You will be detached at some point.
Yes.
It is hard, but hang in there because it has so many benefits for your milk supply, for your baby. It's great connection time, and it's a phase.
Yes. And it's a great time to remember just to slow down and enjoy it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But a very hard time too as well. We understand that. Okay, so the next questions, a few of them are very similar. So as Meghan goes through them, you might find that she has the same answer for them, but they all kind of correlate with each other. So how do I stop feeding a boob crazy toddler?